don't know a lot of, oh my gosh, you're okay growing up, as a kid. So listen, some people today will call that terrible parenting. Rick, how dare you say such a thing? You're not empathetic. You're not compassionate. You don't understand what it is. So all this stuff that you talk about, but the percentage of making it to the top level, take Elon Musk's dad away, and his dad doesn't say what he says to him. Does Elon Musk become who he is today? I don't know about that.
Do you have another Tiger Woods ever? Tiger Woods won the 2007 U.S. Open with a broken knee. Unbelievable.
That's a rare specimen right there with his dad. Did you watch his documentary?
Well, and he said Phil Mickelson is a better player than he is, right? But he didn't have the work ethic that Earl Woods instilled in Tiger Woods.
That killer instinct. Did you watch the documentary?
Parts of it.
Have you watched the documentary?
Like half of it.
I highly recommend you watch the whole thing. Did you get
No,
it?
I did not.
I'm telling you guys, so here's the mistake I made. One night I started watching at 10:30, and it's 3 hours. I said, I'm going to watch it today, and I'm going to finish the next 3 nights. I stayed up to 2 o'clock in the morning. I watched part 1 and part 2. It's that ridiculous. That's why I'm a big fan of Tiger. I mean, even all the stuff that he has, I'm just a fan of Tiger. I'm a fan of people that are willing to tolerate that much pain.
Yeah.
It is so difficult to become a Williams.
Yeah.
It is so difficult to win at that level.
Well, Pat, let me ask you, because you started the conversation or this question with, are kids conditioned these days and the phobia these days? And obviously you transitioned to, you wouldn't be who you were without what your dad did, right? And he's a coach.
If God would have chosen somebody else as my dad, you don't know who I am.
My question to you is then, Pat, as a father, you told the story a couple podcasts ago about you went up to, I think, Dylan's coach, and you were like, no, you could be hard on him. That's fine.
Yeah.
You told that story.
Yeah.
But you're seeing what kids are dealing with these days, everything that Rick just said about social media and, the phobias. How are you taking this information and becoming a better dad to your kids in today's generation?
So he made a very good point in sales. I made a mistake early on of driving everybody the same way, because I drove this one guy this one way, and it worked with him. And I said, this is going to work with everybody. He hated it. She couldn't handle it. He quit. Like, what happened? How come you can't be like this person? Well, they're different personalities. You can't drive everybody the same way, right? One needs more encouragement. The other one needs to say, well, I think that guy's woke up an hour before you, made 100 more calls than you. That worked with him, but it discouraged this one. Then the other one was good with the selfish desires. He wants the big house, the accolades, the fame, all that stuff. But this other one could give a shit about all that stuff. This one wants to do it for mom and dad to make them proud. That other person loves America and his country. He wants to do something to give back to the country that gave him his freedom. And this other guy's from El Salvador. He loves his country, but he came here. He can't stand the fact that what happened to El Salvador. He wants to make money to one day go back and be in office in El Salvador. That person's driven in a different way. So not everybody's driven the same way. So with my kids, I asked them a question earlier about different ways of coaching. Like, what your kids need when they're younger is just for them to love the game. Then the next phase is what your kids need at this age is more fundamentals, right? Like learning, perfect practice makes perfect, not practice makes perfect. They have to add the perfect practice makes perfect. Okay, so now they need to learn the fundamentals the right way. Like, I'm not teaching Tico how to throw the ball.